This past weekend was without a Smash Major on the scale of the likes of Double Down or Get On My Level, the tournaments we've been treated to over the past couple of weeks. That doesn't mean the Ultimate World stopped spinning though, as big regional events continued taking place across the world. This week, we put the spotlight on the 4 biggest regionals of the week, spanning nearly the entire globe. Phantom 2022 in Australia, Invincible VI in Wisconsin, Just Roll With It 14 in North Carolina, and Wanted S5C2 in France. If you've been worried about Smash Ultimate's meta becoming stale, these 4 tournaments prove just about any character in Ultimate's roster has a chance to make an impact in the tournament scene. Let's dive into this weekend's results and talk about what they mean for the Ultimate meta going forward. Before we get into this weekend's results, we would like to give a shout out to some of the excellent statistical work done by Matthew Easy Freezy Aliota, a longtime PGstats contributor and one of the creators of Orion Rank. Recently for PGstats.com, Easy Freezy went over the results of the PGRU V3 season and constructed a ranking of Ultimate's entire roster using a metric called placement percentage. Essentially, depending on a tournament's size, a certain number of results are counted, and each character's share of those results is their placement percentage. Check out the link in the description for the full details and all of the other incredibly detailed research Easy Freezy conducted this season. The characters that make up the top 10 list probably won't surprise those of you who have some familiarity with Ultimate's tournament scene, or those of you who keep up with our Ultimate local winners posts on the website. The most common characters in major brackets this past season were, in order, Rob, Wolf, Snake, Palutena, Pyra and Mithra, Roy, Steve, Joker, Cloud, and Diddy Kong. You're not going to be hearing very much about those characters through the rest of this video. If this week proved anything about the Smash Ultimate meta, it's that maybe, just maybe, Elite Four Karen was right. If you assume she was talking about Smash characters and not Pokemon. I mean, you know what we mean. We start in Madison, Wisconsin, where not a single one of those characters was present in top 8. To find a top 10 character in the bracket at Invincible VI, you have to go all the way down to the 13th line, where you'll find Raven King's Joker and Evander's Wolf. Invincible's top 8 featured players from Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Kansas, and Illinois. The most common character here was Mario, piloted by Chicago's Sam T. Silver, formerly known as Yumu, followed by a tie among the 7th place finishers. Arcdice on Captain Falcon and Loaf on Wario, the 18th and 19th ranked characters by placement percentage respectively. That's as normal as it gets in the Midwest. Next best is top 30, from 5th place finisher Justin22 on Yoshi. Justin22 is one of Kansas's top players, and picked up his biggest win yet with an upset over Loaf to make his first ever top 8 at a tournament of at least 200 entrants. In 4th was a character that appeared in just 0.22% of top major bracket results this past season. Smash Ultimate's most forgotten DLC character, Piranha Plant. Lucky has been considered the best North American plant player for good reason for years. The title dates back to Smash and Splash 5, where he gave the character its first top 64 at an S tier, thanks in part to this dramatic finish against top Colorado Zero Suit Samus player Shu. Lucky came close to bringing Plant to top 8 a couple of times. He placed 13th at Overextend in Minnesota in July 2019, and 9th at Ascension Stroder Beloved in Arizona in February 2022, as Arcdice sent him to losers in pools. But 7 losers bracket wins later, he'd done it, including a run-back win over Arcdice and victories over Justin22, Ice Knight, and Evander, formerly known as Wolf Pro 234. While character data for smaller majors tends to be incomplete, Lucky's achievement in bringing a top 8 for Plant appears to be the character's best result in a North American tournament of at least 200 players. All of the character's other top 8s have come overseas, either via Japanese player Brood or Spanish player Grewald. The top 3 at Invincible featured a couple of familiar faces at Midwest regionals. First, there was Skittles, who held up his part of one of Smash Twitter's favorite memes as he won through winners with Young Link. Invincible marks Skittles' 3rd regional win of 2022, as he adds it to his list along with Frosty Faustings 14 and Level Up Arena 4. Then there was Casimir, who finished 3rd with Mega Man. Formerly known as Yeti, Casimir piloted Mega Man to 9th at Genesis 6 and top 3 at countless Midwest regionals. This weekend, he added Invincible to that list, his first tournament of at least 200 entrants since the lockdown period. Joining them in top 3 was 34, who has fully shed the title of Wi-Fi Warrior after their performance this week. Their opponents at Minnesota Locals already knew full well that this Olimar was just as big of a menace in person, but over the past month, 34 has been proving it on a big stage. They added a second place finish at Invincible with wins over Casimir, Lucky, and Sam T. Silver twice, to last month's 9th place at Warp Zone and an impressive 49th at Double Down. Improvement is coming fast for this Olimar, who finished 257th at their only prior major in Riptide back in 2021. Given that trajectory, the sky's the limit for 34. Now we move to France, where yet another one of Smash's forgotten characters not only found its way into top 4, but into the winner's circle. Naskino has been putting Zelda on the map in France with regularity ever since we started tracking Ultimate Local winners back in June 2021. He took Zelda to top 8 3 times at French Regionals in the past 9 months, finishing 7th every time. Although, honestly, France might have a Zelda thing though. I mean, Naskino wasn't even the highest placing Zelda at the last one of those 3, as Altec placed 5th with Zelda as well. Anyways, this time, Naskino didn't just sneak into top 8. He took down Homika's Rosalina, Case's Samus, and then Mr. E's Lucina twice to take Wanted from winner's side. Naskino made history at Wanted. Not only was this her first win, but Zelda's peak result in previous offline seasons was merely 3rd, achieved multiple times during the PGRU V2 season. The rest of Wanted's meta was relatively normal. The presence of 2 Snakes, 2 Lucinas, a Mario, and a Samus won't make many bat their eyes. But one other player does stand out. France's top Ridley, Mezcal, continues to be an absolute force. His 3rd place finish marks his 4th top 8 dating back to December 2021, and he just keeps picking up wins over top French players. This time knocking out Homika and Leon, Mezcal is even starting to become one of Leon's bracket demons in particular, as the Ridley now has a 6-1 record in the pair's last 7 sets. Keeping it international, we now move to Australia, where an early meta throwback found its way to the winner's circle at Phantom 2022. That would be Pichu, piloted by Japanese Smash veteran Niatono, with a bit of hero chipping in along the way. But we're here to talk about Pichu, who's been seeing a bit of a resurgence in the meta of late thanks to France's Nature U. Remember Pichu's forward tilt? There was a time when that was one of the most threatening moves in the game. A time that saw Pichu's winning big brackets like Void at SoCal Chronicles in January 2019, Yeti at Schism 3 in February 2019, and Niatono himself at Umibura 3 in April 2019. And then came May 30th, 2019, and the update that sent Pichu tumbling down tier lists and results charts alike. Is Phantom a sign of Pichu's resurrection? Well, that's questionable, as Niatono was the only former PGRU player at the event and was a substantial favorite to win. But Niatono's results as a whole have been strong lately, most notably his 3rd place finish at Maisuma top 8. That included a set win over Proto Bantam that saw his Pichu and Diddy combine to neutralize the counterpick master that is Proto, with the Pichu winning 2 of the 3 games in that set. Between Niatono and Nature U, who took Pichu to 7th at Colosel and 25th at Double Down, Pichu's stocks are rising once again. Phantom didn't see any characters as far down the list as Piranha Plant or Zelda make top 8, but Ray's piloted not just 1, but 2 characters ranked 50th or worse to his 5th place finish. You see the link, his main, on the graphic right here. Ray's also used Pit, a character locked in a 68th place tie with Sakurai's other sons, Kirby and King Dedede. Despite his unique character choices, Ray's is one of Australia's most consistent players, as his 5th at Phantom marked his 5th straight top 8 at an offline tournament of at least 100 players, including 3rd at Australia's biggest event of the year, Battle Arena Melbourne. Finally, we head back to the United States for Just Roll With It 14. By these standards, Just Roll With It was flat out tame, featuring Anathema's Rob in 2nd place, Omega's Joker in 4th, Frostbite's Roy in 5th, and Diet Soda's Cloud in 7th. Even 1st and 3rd, Mutace's Peach and Puppey's Pokemon Trainer both slotted into the top 25 this past season. That being said, this was still a notable result for both characters. Neither of them managed to get above 5th at a B tier equivalent or higher last season, and that's a benchmark Just Roll With It managed to hit this past weekend. But two characters truly stand out. Bayonetta was one of the characters who suffered the steepest drop-offs in the PGRU V3 season relative to the first set of post-lockdown tournaments in 2021, dropping from 23rd to 43rd. That said, Bayonetta has always been a character with strong, dedicated representatives in local scenes, like Geist in Ohio, Bloom Forever in England, and Lima himself in Texas. Lima's 5th place with Bayonetta this weekend just solidifies her awkward spot in the meta. There are very few people capable of piloting her at a high level, but you need to be prepared for them. And in 7th place was Regalo, who made the biggest top 8 of his career at Just Roll With It, eclipsing his 3rd place at the 149 entrant Stick Drift 2 in February. Lucas is enjoying a bit of a resurgence of late, mostly thanks to French Lucas master Nightox. But Americans like Regalo, as well as Choco Taco, who has multiple major top 32s under his belt in the post-lockdown era, are ensuring that this is not only a European renaissance. Regalo's fantastic run was the product of a grueling 7-set losers run that included wins over top North Carolina Greninja player Don Quavius and King K. Rool legend Kirby Kid. A top 8 qualifying match that guaranteed we were gonna see something weird at Just Roll With Its top 8 regardless. In the end, a whopping 23 of the 32 characters we saw at top 8s this weekend were characters outside of the measured top 10 from the previous PGRU V3 season. Anathema's Rob was the only top 10 character to place at least 3rd this weekend, and nearly half of the top 10 characters we did see in top 8 play bowed out at 7th place. If this weekend proved one thing about the Smash Ultimate metagame, it's that nothing is set in stone. Forgotten characters made waves all over the world this week, and there's no reason your favorite character can't be the next one to do it. And if you like obscure characters, keep it right here at PGstats, because we'll be back with a deep dive into Ultimate's Ice Climbers this Friday with a look at Big D's massive 2nd place at GOML 2022 and the history behind yet another of Ultimate's forgotten characters. We're also hard at work on the PGRU V3 and preparing for the continuation of the Panda Cup in 2 weeks at Mexico's Smash Factor 9. So hit that subscribe button and stick with us for all the analytical Smash content you need. I've been Kimona from PGstats, and thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time.